All right, peace, peace, peace. What up? First and foremost, hopefully, the Most High in your house is blessing your day, your morning. We're alive in the Most High in your house that's body, and two, we're naturally alive, man. And by His mercies we are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house that's body, and we're naturally alive, man. I want to get into this, man, because I was thinking about this after, even wrapping up, even the shout out to brother Semi, your firstborn. Yes, in last night's class he touched on this, and I was just thinking about this right after I done, got done studying, man, and I did actually these last videos that popped in my mind, man. I don't know why this because I've been meaning to talk about this I've been meaning to bring this up with y'all for a minute, man. Because a lot of times too, here's the thing, about say somebody like David, right, and also this all goes into being perfect, because say somebody like David, right, because a lot of times too, just in life in general, right, like DMX said, man, on his first album is Dark and Hell is Hot, man. On the song Let Me Fly, he says there's a difference between doing wrong and being wrong, man. But just because somebody can just be a good, honorable, a real one, as they say, or a real nigga, just be honest with you, some real nigga activity, man. This real one, upright, good, honest, real. But they just have, and they can just have a moment, man. This is a sucker moment, just put it in on the basic terms, man. Because just because, and that's honestly what was with David, man. To be honest with you, man, because listen, like DMX said, because that's what one, this is mercy that he showed other people was what kept him alive. And also too, man, there's a difference between, DMX said, doing wrong and being wrong, man. And that's just is what it is. Because David just did something wrong, man, but he wasn't wrong. That's who he was. Because Saul, he did things wrong and he was wrong, because it's all about the inward man, the character, who you are inwardly, man, your spirit, your character, that's what it is, man. Because and that's just is what it is, man. It's because let's grab this to the Matthew about David, man. Because a lot of people say, oh man, how did David, one, he'll show mercy on who he showed mercy on. Two, it was the mercy that David showed on other people. And also the brother LeBron last night, we brought getting to James as well. I didn't even think about this too, because I always just thought about Matthew, especially with dealing with a situation like David. Matthew chapter 5 verse 7, it says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So see, that's who David was, man, because he had a track record of being merciful, man, towards not only to Saul, to Shimei, Absalom, his only son that tried to kill him, even Joab at times, even a bunch of people that turned on him or did him wrong, man. He was still merciful, man. In the ball, so yeah, man, exactly. So that's just, it is what it is, man. Also too, in the ball situation, that's a element of First Peter 3 with Abigail, man. That's an aspect of that as well. That's a good account of that, but yeah, that's just who David was, man. So that's why it says it. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy, man. So and that's just what it is. And also too, who the man David was, man. It's part because he was a man after Most High's heart, man. Most High in your house has heart, man. So that's actually the best. That's actually the best quality, if you ask me, about the Most High in your house is their mercies, man. That's why we always talk about. We always lead off with, by His mercies we are consumed. The Lamentations in Malachi, man. By my mercies, man, you sons of Jacob aren't consumed now. Where it's really it says in Psalms 130, David says in Psalms, man, the Most High in your house says, listen, if He mark iniquity, who could stand, man? So that's why First John says His heart is bigger than ours. And Sirach 18:13 goes into His mercies upon all flesh, man. So that's is what it is. So it says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So yeah, man, that's is what it is. Now let's get this James chapter 5 and James chapter 2 real quick, man. So yeah, because there's a difference between, because Saul was wrong. There's certain people in the word, just in general, they are wrong. They do wrong and they are wrong. They do things wrong and they are wrong, because there's a difference between doing wrong and being wrong. That's just who you are. They said, okay, now that's who you are. Because one time, cool. Second time, too. But after that, it's all right, damn. Because that's just who you are, man. Honestly, man. Because honestly, just because that's where the mercy kicks in. I know the famous Maya Angelou quote that we always talk about here is when somebody shows you who you are, who they are, believe them. Now, that's nuance thing, more too. Because sometimes somebody just did something wrong. They just good, honest, honest, upright people, they're right. They just had a moment, man. Some people they just had like no. They just had like a sucker moment. They did some sucker. Excuse my language. They did some sucker shit. They just had a moment. Like, but that's not. But that's not them. Cause no, let's look at this in Cyrac real quick. Cause like that's like it's similar to the dynamic of it says like certain things like friends say things that they don't mean, or somebody do things certain times, or they mean to do it, but they just had a moment, a slip up. That's just not you know but did that's not who they are? So it's like, okay, cool, you just had a moment, because I know this person is track record. That's not who he is. And there's a lot of people that's like that, man. But there's a lot of people like that's their track record is okay. That's just who they are. Now, don't get it twisted. There is moments like that, depending on what the situation, circumstances, when somebody just reveals finally who they are. It's okay, damn, that's who somebody. That's just who somebody is, man. But that's where it's a balanced thing, man, too, to have mercy and things that nature. But let's grab this in Cyrac real quick, because yeah, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Ecclesiastes also on Sirach chapter 19, verse uh 16. It says, "There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. And who is he that have not offended with his tongue?" So yeah, that's why Yahweh said, "What offenses shall come." Things of that nature, man. But it's how we deal with them. It's that reconciliation. It's that reasoning together, having that brotherly, sisterly love to one another, man. Whether you're in the word, out the word, man. But that's just what we're missing as a people, man. This is the world's missing, honestly. But but there are people, good amount of people out there that can do it, like reasoning and sitting down and just reconciling, forgiving things of that nature. But I'm just saying it's a collective, because the world is waxing colder. But yeah, man. But my point is that like there's certain people that they say things and do things that well, not do things because you didn't mean to do it, or sometimes it can be unintentionally, but you can unintentionally offend people. So that can happen, but it's just more of like sometimes some people can have moments like in my life I had certain moments like damn, like I'm actually well, let's go with James chapter 2. I'm actually gonna go into that a little later, but yeah, like DMX said, man, it's the difference between doing wrong and being wrong. And honestly, man, like David, and that was like David. Ironically enough, DMX did a movie I watched like last year. It was great, probably his best movie. I mean, probably his best movie in him acting, man. He was actually great in that movie. Called Never Die Alone. Had had I think Michael Ealy was in that. Debo, the guy that played Debo, was in that. What's the sister with the blonde hair, the comedian? It started with L. She was in it. There was a couple people that was in that, man. But that was and ironically enough, his name in the movie, it was King David. He played somebody. His character was called King David. So it's just called all kind of lines up. It's just crazy. Yeah, the character whose name is King David, and I'm talking about the way like a DMX quote, and how it relates to David, man. Because there's a difference between doing wrong and being wrong. Now David just did wrong, but he wasn't wrong, man. Because and that's going into being perfect, man. Because like man, like he says in Matthew 5:48, like what we just Matthew. Let's look at Matthew 5:48 real quick, man, because this is just talking about keeping your integrity, man, about being perfect, man. It's not like because a lot of times too, like people think like in the Most High house, in the biblical and the spiritual aspect, yes, it can be. You can still be perfect and have flaws, like yes, because perfect just means your character and integrity, man. That's all it means. It's not like That's just is what it is, man. It's because it says, "Be therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." So yeah, man, you're gonna have but as long as you're faithful, like you just will live by the faith. You're faithful and have good integrity, man. That's what the Most High means by have being perfect. And because David had, of course, his shortcomings, and a lot of these men, these righteous men did. They were these righteous people, but they were still had their integrity. They still were faithful people. They just had mishaps, man. Listen, Miriam had a mishap. No, we can make it about it because listen, like James, but we're gonna go into James 5. I mean James 2. Then we're gonna go to James 5 real quick, man. But yeah, let's go to James 2 real quick. Go into the mercy that he showed, man. Because yeah, exactly. Let's get James 2 chapter 13, man, because this lines up with Matthew 5:17. How it all relates to David. It says, "For he shall have judgment without mercy that showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiced against judgment." So yeah, that's what kept David alive, was the mercy that he showed, man. and David repented with a contrite heart. He never did what he did again, man. So something I need to work on, man. Like, can't constantly keep doing things. Like that's what that side right goes into. What good is it that you fasted? It's like touching a dead body again, man. Actually, let's grab that real quick, man. It says Ecclesiastes also on Sirach chapter 34 verse 26. 25. It says, he that washes himself after touching a dead body and touch it again, what availing is his washing? Yeah. Because you got to let the word wash you, man. Can't keep going, dog going back to his old vomit, all that type of stuff. Like Proverbs and Peter says. It says, so is a man that fasteth for his sins and goeth again and doeth the same. Who will hear his prayer? Or what does his humbling profit him? So yeah, man. That's just is what it is too, man. But and this is different. This is on a natural tip in life, man. Some people, there's good, upstanding, real, people, good, upstanding, people. Sometimes they just had a moment, they just had a mishap. They just had a moment, okay. And then, this proverb says, "It's the glory to pass over transgression," something like that. Even but even something like. But that's going to the more forgiveness than when people do you wrong. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. But let's grab this James chapter 2 and verse 13 again. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that showed no mercy, that mercy rejoiced against judgment. So yeah. So let's go to James chapter 5 verse 17, because these were regular people at the end of the day. Elijah was a man subject to the same passions as we are. He prayed earnestly that it might not rain. It rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. So yeah, these are regular people just like you and me. Now these are holy people, like the holy men and women, like righteous people, faithful people, men that's greater than myself, and us. But men and women that's greater than myself and us. But still, these are regular people at the end of the day, because a lot of times too in the word, people just take the humanity out of it. And that's what honestly makes it the best. The word, the best part. But yeah, man, even I think about a moment I had in my life. Just one that stands out, man. It was one time. It was like a boarding school. Y'all remember the old show Zoe 101? It was like a camp. It was called Project for Relief. It was a camp in Pennsylvania. It was like that. Man, it was 5 weeks without electronics and things of that nature, man. So it was kind of like a boarding school a little bit. So yeah, man. One time we were on a trip, man. It was especially us brothers growing up, man. We know one of the biggest rules, man, is never show off in front of when girls are around, man. Never start showing off in front of your homies with them, man. That's not cool to do. It's not right. It's it's lame. It's lame, man. It's clown shit, to be honest with you. Don't do that, man. So, but I had a moment like that, man. I remember my homie Damir, man. I was I had a moment when I did that, man. I wasn't talking to somebody. I was we was in the water. We went on a water park trip or a trip to a pool. So I splashed water in his face because I ain't gonna lie, I was showing off in front of the two girls a little bit. Then he's and part of the reason why too, I apologize to him, because I know, listen, I was gonna take that L because he was too calm. My man, he was too calm. He's like, all right, Omar, wait till we get back to the dorms. Wait till we get back to the dorms. I was like, oh damn, I might catch an L on this one, but still in my conscience, I knew I was wrong too. But so I splashed waters in the face in front of girls, and but once we had went to the went to the showers, things and nature, just to get ready to leave from the trip. I was like, yo, man, my bad. He said, no, it's good. Because one, I apologize. Because two, I was probably going to get the L if we had fought. But two, I was like, yeah, man, I kind of did too much, man. My bad. And he accepted because, listen, that you just had a moment. That's not you. It was like that. We was just cool after that. It was just like nothing happened, man. So, and yeah, but that's the big thing. Especially this growing up, especially around the homies, man, around the brothers, homies, just as men, younger men, and men in general, man. You don't do that. You don't bid, or you don't bid, you don't snap, you don't roast and stuff like that. You home unless they girls just happen to be there and that's what y'all do, good. But you don't go out your way to do it in front of women, man. That's not good though. That's not solid to do. That's not that's not real nigga activity, to be honest. It's not. You don't make fun of because there's a lot of dudes that do that still too, to show off with even my homies actually talking about that, man, because it's we talking about how certain Jakes, certain brothers, say if you're in the corner store, once a girl come in and they just be loud on the phone yeah, man, about that 1,000 I lost, man, just to show off, or they start pulling out a bunch of money. It's come on, man, just be yourself, man. That's just is what it is. But yeah, man, but yeah, I had it, but he forgave me, man, because I had a moment, man. It's not only a moment I had throughout my life, but I'm pretty sure your brothers and sisters had moments okay, cool, man, because Yeah, man, because it's like, and also too, that's where that mercy comes in. It's like, listen, certain people like they just have like, they're not bad people, like, doing, they just have bad ways about them. They just have certain, but what, like, we all have bad ways about them, but because there's only one good. That's me. Well, even how should I say the Most High will be the only good? But yeah, man, there's only really one good. That's the Most High and the Son, man. But and they're one. So like John 10 says, but yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. Like, we just had some people that had bad ways to them, man, but they're not at the core, man, they're not bad, malicious, evil, wicked people, man. So, but yeah, man, everybody has moments, man. Pretty sure throughout I had my moments. That was one of them that just popped out of my mind. And a few others, man, throughout my life, man. Even to this day, yeah, you can still have moments, man. That's where you gotta let the Most High your house shall correct you, and other people correct you, and like you learn from it, man. Like like they say, your best teacher is your past mistakes. So yeah, man, it's the difference between doing wrong and being wrong, and that's it, man. And that ain't right, like he's said, man. But that's just is what it is, man. So hopefully this is edifying, man. Because I was thinking about this last night, man. It was just all about being merciful and having integrity, like being perfect with the Most High your house. I mean, being faithful, man. So hopefully this is edifying, man. So peace, cause I got slide.